Man. My name is Hollis Map. I perform around the world. And when I travel, I book with CaribJet.
Call CaribJet now. 100% Canadian, operating 10 years plus.
Telephone number 439-4444 in Grenada or click caribjet.com. CaribJet, True Blue St. George's. The number one for travel.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
The Rotary Clubs in Grenada introduce the Good Neighbor Initiative, a program designed to assist individuals and families who require short-term assistance with electricity bill payment and the cost associated with rewiring of homes due to fires and natural disasters. Applicants will be able to receive bill payments of a maximum of $250 per household for 3 months. This initiative will benefit the elderly, families with children preparing for exit exams, and families with members who are temporarily unemployed or have reduced working hours as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. If you or someone you know is in need of help, please visit our website at www.goodneighborinitiative.org and connect with a recommender today. The Good Neighbor Initiative, helping individuals and families with short-term electricity bill payments and electrical wiring, one neighbor at a time.
How did you get your electricity bill to be so low?
For one, we size our transformers just for what we need, and we unplug transformers, chargers, and other devices when they're not in use. We also replaced our light bulbs with LED. I even replaced the seal on my refrigerator door to keep the cold air in.
How do you know if it is working?
We pay attention to the usage history table. Over time, our average usage has decreased.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Your vehicle insurance should never break your bank. With Beacon, you can get up to 35% off your fully comprehensive car insurance and still get full protection from unexpected damages with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. When it comes to your insurance, always be sure you settle for more. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get a quote today.
Good evening and welcome to the MTV Evening News for Thursday, March 7th, 2022. Coming up tonight, Intercall kicks off at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium despite inclement weather. The NTRC launches its VHF DSC Global Maritime Distress and Safety System. Director of PAHO warns that the pandemic is not over as cases continue to increase abroad. And in sports, secondary schools celebrate athletes and winners of the 2022 Intercall Championships. And former world and Olympic 400 meters champion Kirani James opens his 2022 season on Saturday. The details of these and more after the break.
Angie, don't you know that you should not fly kites near electrical poles and wires? You should only fly it in open areas. If the kite gets stuck, it can cause power outages throughout the village.
Then I'll just pull it down, Johnny. Simple.
No. You shouldn't do that. You can get shocked. you should call Grenlec at 237 and they will come and help.
Aye.
Never fly kites near the power lines. If your kite ever gets tangled, do not attempt to remove it on your own. A message from Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
The first segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Good evening. With the news in detail, I am Troy Gill. Officials of the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard have confirmed that one body was discovered from the wrecked MV Fairchance during their rescue mission today. The TTCG, in a statement just before news time, said its diving department, together with commercial divers provided by the owner of the vessel, discovered the body while they were removing cargo that was blocking the entryways to the vessel. The body, which has not been identified, was subsequently handed over to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. The vessel overturned in Trinidad waters on Saturday. 2 of the 7 men on board, Jonelle McIntosh and Daryl Small of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Grenada respectively, have been rescued. The MV Fairchance was captained by Grenadian Dexter Chance, who is also reported missing. IAAF World Champion Anderson Peters signaled the return of the Intercall Games after 3 years, delivering the game's torch to the National Athletic Stadium on Thursday. Officials, the title sponsor Republic Bank, together with the coaches and athletes, were in high spirit as the return of the track and field games covered 54 events. The games were declared open by Sports Minister Yolan Bain Horsford.
After an absence for 3 years, the inaugural Intercollegiate Games returned in 2022. Affected by the industrial impasse and the COVID-19 pandemic, for some students, this year's games are the first since entering secondary school. Sports Minister, in declaring the games opened, encouraged a keen and fair rivalry among the athletes. Minister Yolan Bain Horsford says games like the inter-secondary school games provide many long-term and substantial economic benefits.
Many young persons can aspire to become world athletes, have and enjoy the high standard of living. It starts here today at this Intercall Games. For many of our athletes, though they are very talented and their potential is recognized as early as the primary school level, generally, it is at these games that they are given national prominence. This provides a window of opportunity for them to compete in other events, where they are more widely recognized and can be identified for future scholarship overseas.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Kevin Andel, was in high praise of all those involved in ensuring the success of the events.
The Ministry of Education welcomed, as I said before, the games and expressed gratitude to the organizers for doing all that they can to make this happen. For the sponsors, Republic Bank, without you, this would not happen. To you, the principals and staff of all the representing schools, your efforts and your work would be expressed today. To the parents, and to you, the athletes, most importantly, today marks the return to track and field on a national level. It also marks the opportunity for you to compete and to showcase what you can do. But in the spirit of fair play, do your best. These games are an expression of who we are as a people: resilient, determined.
Republic Bank is the title sponsor of the Intercollegiate Games. Representative of the bank, Dorian Macphail, challenged the over 600 athletes to do their best as they can become brand ambassadors for the bank.
For decades, Grenada has been well represented in the international sporting arena. We've had representation in various world-class meets, such as IAAF championships, the Olympics, and Diamond League Games, to name a few. Many of these athletes got their first taste of serious competition at the Intercol Games. While we speak of representation, our very own brand ambassador, the current IAAF World Champion in javelin throw, Anderson Peters, comes readily to mind. Anderson will tell you it takes discipline and courage and determination. We encourage you to focus on making the right start today, because that can make all the difference. This is your time to shine, but no matter the outcome, we stand firmly in partnership with the Grenada Association of Principals of Secondary Schools, celebrating all the hard work that brought you here today.
For the MTV Evening News, I am Tonya St. Louis Lawrence.
Parents and well-wishers were also excited for the return of the Intercol Games. Students of 17 secondary schools got the opportunity Thursday to compete in keen rivalry. Our news team was present at the athletic stadium to hear from those in attendance.
It is wonderful. For the 2 years we locked down definitely, and everything, to see the support we get in definitely from the general public and the school children and everything enjoying themselves definitely. It's a real good plus, for the sports in arena in the country, Inside here, but my team, my back in GBSS as usual, yeah. And it's a wonderful, experience then for the children, because you see when you was on COVID and lockdown, you get here, so it's good to, to use the talents and so on and experience, things are going on there pretty.
For Republic Bank, it's an honor to be the main sponsor of the 2022 Intercol Games. It's our inaugural games, as you know. The games was previously sponsored by Scotiabank, but we are now sponsoring the games with the acquisition of Scotiabank. I am very happy to see the turnout here today, the number of students who are here to cheer on their colleagues. And again, it's a bit sad for those who would have missed it for the past, as we said, about 800 days, right? So again, I'm happy, and I love to see the end of the game where we have the relays and the 100 dash and all of that. For the effects of COVID and what it brought to us, particularly to the games of Intercol, we had to put a halt on Intercol because protocols first, safety first. But with the easement of the protocols recently, we took on the responsibility and we supported the organizing committee to host these games, and we can see the success thus far.
Intercol, the return of Intercol is welcome. I think we have suffered tremendously because of its absence, and I'm hoping that our track and field would return to the state it was in prior to the 2 years, so that we will be better prepared for Carifta. I think it's a wonderful idea, and I think it is long overdue.
We are here in 2022 Intercol, and I think this year Intercol is very competitive between, of course, my schools, the Anglican High School, St. David's Catholic Secondary School, and the GVSS. So guys, as you can see, the crowd is very crazy. Right now, we're not too sure what's really going on because it's very competitive, but I'm standing strong, and they have a school.
Desmond Richards, Assistant Superintendent of Police in charge of the Community Relations Department, was present among officers at Intercol Games 2022, ensuring law and order were maintained.
College. Zephaniah Murray, Wesley College, the Grenada Boys Secondary, J.L. St. Louis, St. Andrews Anglican Secondary.
Police officers were on the ground at the National Athletic Stadium on Thursday. Spectators as well as students were seen chanting and representing their schools with excitement. Speaking to MTV News at today's games was the Assistant Superintendent of Police attached to the Community Relations Department, ASP Desmond Richard. According to him, the games went by smoothly.
Well, first of all, let me say it's a real joy to have Intercol games back. So far, we have not encountered any problems. The children are enjoying the game, the spectators are enjoying the game, and everything is going smooth so far. And we hope that stays that way even until the sports ends.
He says several searches were carried out on students before and during the games, and no weapons were found.
So we are very pleased to announce or to say that we have carried out searches on everybody that has entered the stadium and the athletic stadium, and we have not found no weapons.
He thanks the students and spectators for their cooperation.
And that's a good thing. It means that the messages that we sent before, the students and supporters have acceded to the message. They listened, they obeyed, and we are just pleased that has happened.
Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
The National Telecommunications Regulatory Commission, or the NTRC, officially launched its VHF DSC Global Maritime Distress and Safety System on Thursday. This system is a worldwide coordinated maritime system designed to provide the rapid transfer of distress information from vessels in distress to units best suited for providing or coordinating assistance for a ship at sea. This GMDSS or DSC project will provide much needed assistance for vessels at sea.
The National Telecommunications Regulatory Commission, NTRC, launched a new initiative that will serve to provide public safety. The VHF DSC Global Maritime Distress and Safety System. This surveillance communication system aims to recognize emergencies or threats at sea. Vessels will also be able to communicate with an onshore station, such as the Coast Guard, ports authorities, fisheries, and other vessels in proximity, in the event of distress. Giving a brief overview of the project, which is to the tune of 1.9 million EC dollars, was Timothy Scott, telecoms engineer at the NTRC.
Vessels will have the ability to alert the search and rescue authorities ashore, as well as other vessels nearby, to achieve a rapid response in the case of distress. The Grenada Coast Guard and the Fisheries Authority will have the primary role to coordinate assistance following a distress alert. Vessels will be equipped with communication equipment intended for sea area of their navigation and are able to communicate if necessary.
The purpose of the GMDSS is to prevent unanswered distress calls and delays in search and rescue missions. He went on to speak about who the messages will be transmitted to.
The system consists of 3 different components. The first component will be a search and rescue coordination center, which will be located at the Grenada Coast Guard, and also will have a backup at NADMA headquarters. So in the case of the primary search and rescue coordination center at the Grenada Coast Guard field, there is a next system that will be implemented at the NADMA headquarters for backup purpose. The second part of it is 2 coastal stations. We'll have 2 coastal stations installed, one at the north of the island and one at the south of the island, and that will be radio transceivers of DSC signals for DSC messages and voice on VHF band.
The beneficiaries include the Grenada Coast Guard, Grenada Ports Authority, Fisheries Division in Petite Martinique, Carriacou, Surtees, Grenville, Guave, St. Mark, and Melville Street. Representing the Ministry of Fisheries was Permanent Secretary Kim Fedrick, who expressed gratitude to the NTRC for this initiative. Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hostin.
On Thursday, Grenada and Venezuela marked over 40 years of diplomatic relations. Speaking on the occasion, the Minister of Foreign Affairs expressed gratitude to the South American country for its assistance in the development of Grenada over the years. Nikita Hostin has more.
Grenada and Venezuela established formal diplomatic relations on 7th April 1977. This was cemented with the establishment of diplomatic embassies with resident ambassadors in Caracas and St. George. Commemorating the anniversary is Oliver Joseph, Minister for Foreign Affairs, International Business and CARICOM Affairs, branded the 45-year-old relationship with mutual respect, technical cooperation and friendly relations that have consistently grown over time.
7th April 2022 marks 45 years since Grenada and Venezuela established diplomatic relations, followed by resident embassies in each country. For 45 years, Grenada and Venezuela have shared close relations, mutual respect, and acknowledgement of the sovereignty of each state. We take this opportunity to express our gratitude to the government and people of Venezuela for the technical cooperation that has brought tremendous socio-economic benefits to the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique.
He reiterated the contribution from Venezuela to Grenada over the years.
The contribution towards the construction of the second phase of the General Hospital will always be treasured as the government of Grenada continues its people-centered approach in the implementation of its development plans. Likewise, the remarkable assistance provided to the people of Grenada in the fight against the effects of COVID-19 pandemic.
Minister Joseph is looking forward to continue the support and collaboration between both countries.
As we move forward, we express the hope that the embargo imposed by the United States of America on Venezuela will be lifted. Grenada anticipates further collaboration, not only at the bilateral level and through ALBA and CELAC, but at the multilateral level as we face many challenges together.
Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
That's the first segment of news. Coming up, one health official warns that the pandemic is not over as cases continue to increase in other parts of the world. And pre-primary school pupils parade through the streets ahead of Easter celebration. Stay with us.
The first segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
announcing a wide range of gifts and clothing just in time for Easter. Come on down, check out Q Babies. From newborns to 14-year-olds, buy one, get one free on selected items. 50% discount on children's shoes. Q Baby, located at the corner of Young and Scott Street, St. George's. We stock cribs, playpens, strollers, and a whole lot more. Q Baby, making Easter special. Your one-stop shop, just in time for Easter.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment as you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest. Visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
The most anticipated kids event is happening on Saturday, 16th April, Easter Saturday.
Easter Kids Extravaganza.
The Easter Kids Extravaganza. Monrouge Playing Field, 1 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Easter Saturday, rides and slides.
Obstacle courses, rock climb, bouncy castles, and much, much more. Then from 6 p.m., we move stateside for special performances from IMG Fuego, the Magico Circus from Cuba, alongside Vaughan, Looney's Park, and Electrify. Admission kids, $5. Adults, $10. Parents, guardians, get the kids ready. Easter Saturday, Monrouge Playing Field. Something not to be missed.
The second segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
For your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Welcome back. After a period of deadlock in negotiations involving CIBC, First Caribbean, and employees, Minister for Labour Peter David has ruled that because of the sale or change in ownership of CIBC, First Caribbean International Bank, to the Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited, the workers of CIBC, First Caribbean International Bank, have the right to decide whether to transfer to the Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited or opt for termination and receive termination allowance or severance pay. According to a statement by the Grenada Technical and Allied Workers Union, the ruling is in keeping with Section 45(2) of the Employment Act of 1999. The release stated that the minister also ruled that the FCIB must pay 100% of the retroactive sum owed to the workers for the overtime worked as rostered by the bank. The minister has also made rulings on matters such as salary increases for the period 2019 to 2022, security of pensions, security of health insurance, shareholding, and home and auto insurance. The union says it has accepted the recommendations from the Minister of Labour and looks forward to the bank resolving the matters so that its sale to Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited can be finalized in a normal industrial climate. One environmental health officer says one of the challenges they face is getting individuals to recognize that their actions can have a negative impact on the environment, and there are consequences according to law. Senior Environmental Health Officer in the Ministry of Health, Kenny James, speaking on MTV's Health Matters program on Wednesday on the occasion of World Health Day recognized on April 7th, highlighted some of the challenges environmental health officers face in mitigating practices that are harmful to the environment. James said one of the challenges they encounter is getting individuals to recognize their contribution to harming the environment due to certain practices.
Getting persons to accept that they create a nuisance, because that in itself, they are contributing to the demise of the environment. Right. Acceptance, that is a thing that we have to face up with. Because, for instance, someone may have a pig pen thereabout, and you go to them and see anything wrong with the pig pen, but the neighbors will complain about the pig pen, but they will tell you that they're here and they're not smelling it, but the neighbors will complain that they're smelling it. So these are the things, getting people to accept that they contribute to a problem. Another issue is the lack of awareness that certain actions are illegal and punishable by law, James said, specifically making mention of dogs that are allowed to roam and create havoc at waste disposal sites. The other challenge is that of education, because there are a lot of persons who are not aware of certain laws that exist. And a simple example is the Dog Registration and Control Act. Persons still, even though we register the dog, they still allow the dog to stray in public domain. And where the law says that every dog owner must keep the dog on the premises and have its leash or something like that, But they would, although they register, they will still have it roaming. Indiscriminate dumping of refuse continues to be a major challenge for environmental health officials, he said, and also referred to the Solid Waste Management Act. Well, we have the Solid Waste Management Act, which take care of the whole aspect of disposal of solid waste, how you should dispose of your waste and so on. We in Grenada have what we can describe as a reliable collection service, and what the onus is on us now to utilize that service to the best of our ability. Do not take your refuse or your garbage and throw it downstream. The Solid Waste Management Authority, I heard that they will be installing cameras in areas where they recognize people are violating the law by indiscriminately dumping. So probably these cameras may serve as a deterrent. The theme for this year's World Health Day is Our Planet, Our Health, focusing on the need to reduce environmental pollution and mitigate the effects of climate change. Students of the Green Street pre-primary schools brought the curtains down on their activities before the end of the school term. Focusing on Easter, the students hosted their annual Easter Street Parade on Thursday. Tonya St. Louis Lawrence reports. Jesus is alive! Jesus is alive!
The students of the Green Street Pre-Primary School parading the street in the vicinity of the school with their Easter displays. The annual parade allows the youngsters to depict the different aspects of Easter. Principal of the school, Carol James, says the event is an added activity hosted by the school as part of their teaching of the true meaning of Easter.
We talk about Easter as one of the things to make the children aware of, Easter and why we celebrate Easter, because of Jesus' death and resurrection. He died for us. And it's important to instill all of this to the little people from now, so that at least they will have that knowledge and grow to know about Jesus and his love for us.
James is grateful to the parents for ensuring the students are fully cladded in their Easter wear.
And we must thank the parents for cooperating with us. And we see there is one with a cross and the little writing, Jesus is risen, stuff like that. We had kite flying yesterday. They also got to fly kites yesterday. School officially ends on Friday. This is our final week. And we must say thank God for giving us the opportunity to have school and to be able to work with the nation's children once again.
The annual Easter parade from the school to down Green Street and back to the school brought the curtains down on the school term. I am Tonya St. Louis Lawrence reporting for the MTV Evening News.
Several countries have relaxed health protection measures against COVID-19 in the Caribbean. Dr. Carissa Etienne says while cases are declining in the region, in other parts of the world it's increasing. She says the pandemic is not over.
The pandemic is not yet over, according to the head of the Pan American Health Organization, Dr. Carissa Etienne. The director was responding to a question posed on the relaxation of measures by many countries.
As you know, cases of COVID-19 are falling overall, but we still have more than 620,000 new cases a week in our region. And each of these infections has the potential to cause severe disease or death, especially among those who have not been fully vaccinated. So let me say that the pandemic is not over. And so we urge people to remain cautious. Whether you're traveling or staying home, the same advice applies.
Dr. Etienne says vaccination is still the best tool for protection from the virus, and proper health protective equipment, or PPEs, are also important.
Most importantly, get vaccinated and always wear a well-fitting mask when you are around other people. Stay at least 1 meter away from others. And even where restrictions are relaxed, please exercise caution by avoiding what we call the 3 C's. Stay away from closed spaces with poor ventilation. Avoid crowded places with many people nearby, and dodge close contact settings like face-to-face, close-range conversations.
She says though restrictions are dropping in different parts of the world, it's not yet time for 100% normalcy.
Protect yourself by not going to crowded parties and evaluating your risk in shopping malls or closed spaces. Wear a mask and, when possible, open windows to ensure air circulation. Wash your hands frequently and don't touch your mouth, your eyes, or nose with unclean hands. Be on your guard and do not drop your guard. It is not yet time.
According to the latest dashboard from the Ministry of Health, Grenada currently has 58 active cases of COVID-19. Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
That's the second segment of news. Regional highlights are up next.
The second segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
For your education.
for your financial freedom.
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Glam out in the best names and designer frames with Quartz Optical. Buy one stylish frame and get 50% off your second pair. Sport your favorite Armani, Converse, Vogue, and many more frames for less. Get an additional 10% off and pay nothing for 30 days when you pay with Ready Finance. Book your free eye examination appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. Don't miss the opportunity to glam out. Only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Offer available while stocks last. Special conditions apply.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do three things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
The most anticipated kids event is happening on Saturday, 16th April, Easter Saturday.
Easter Kids Extravaganza.
The Easter Kids Extravaganza. Monrouge Playing Field, 1 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Easter Saturday, rides and slides.
Obstacle courses, rock climb, bouncy castles, and much, much more. Then from 6 p.m., we move stateside for special performances from IMG Fuego, the Magico Circus from Cuba. Alongside Fawn, Looney's Park and Electrify. Admission kids, $5. Adults, $10. Parents, guardians, get the kids ready. Easter Saturday, Monrouge Playing Field. Something not to be missed.
The third segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with Arizo Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
My name is Dominic Lawrence. I'm a police officer by profession, and I've been a member of Ariza now for about 20 years or less. I chose to join Ariza because I've been hearing some good stuff about them. And my sister was a member before me. She told me about her good experience that she had with Ariza. What I like most about Ariza is the way they treat you as a member. They take good care of you. They help you in very, very good ways. They have some good products in place to help you. I've been able to budget a lot better because of the products and things that they have in place to help us as members. I love it when you call Ariza and the way they would answer the phone. Ariza, how can we make you smile? I would like to take this time now to congratulate Ariza on the 75 years of service to the people of Grenada.
We now join Josanne Mackey-Smith for this evening's Regional Roundup.
Good evening. A meeting of CARICOM leaders on Wednesday ended without any clear position on who the group will support for Secretary General of the Commonwealth Organization. The emergency talks were called after Jamaica's surprise announcement last Friday that it was nominating Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith for the post currently occupied by a CARICOM nominee. A subcommittee of select countries has been tasked to meet the incumbent Baroness Patricia Scotland and Johnson Smith, whom Kingston has insisted will not be withdrawn. Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister criticized Jamaica's move, labeling it a monumental error, saying it risked dividing the regional group that gave overwhelming support for Scotland to get a second term. Scotland, whose extended first term will end in June, has been mired in controversy over her governance of the Commonwealth Secretariat. Prime Minister Andrew Holness told Parliament on Tuesday that Jamaica's candidate was an alternative in response to persisting issues. He said Jamaica was approached to enter the race. The 54-member Commonwealth will have the final say when it meets in June in Rwanda. Amidst the growing number of development crises facing the world, United States Secretary General Antonio Guterres on Wednesday announced Prime Minister Mia Mottley of Barbados and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau of Canada as new co-chairs of the Sustainable Development Goals SDG Advocates Group. The Secretary General said the Sustainable Development Goals are the world's blueprint to build a healthier, greener and sustainable future by 2030. He added that he is pleased that Prime Minister Mottley and Prime Minister Trudeau will help lead advocacy to do just that. In her address after being appointed, Prime Minister Mottley called on the world to seize the moment to move forward together to ensure the full implementation of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development by the end of the decade of action and delivery on the Sustainable Development Goals. Sharing his thoughts, Prime Minister Trudeau said, to build a better future for people and the planet, we must all place the values of inclusion and sustainability at the heart of everything we do. The 17 Sustainable Development Goals aim to create a world that is fair, equal and peaceful, with clean air and clean water for everyone. In more news, the region is being called upon to prepare for future pandemics and ensure the issue of vaccine inequity is no longer a problem. Speaking at CAFA's meeting of Chief Medical Officers on Wednesday, Health Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Terence Diangsing, said the issue of vaccine access during the COVID-19 pandemic must not go unnoticed. We get the story now from TTT's Sunil Lala.
There will be another pandemic.
Health Minister Terence Diangsing recalled some of the events that transpired over the last 2 years, where small states in the region suffered major issues in gaining access to life-saving vaccines.
And it is incumbent upon us to make sure that the future pandemics that hit, whether it is viral, bacterial, or whatever, that we have equitable access to whatever medications, vaccines, therapies, PPE that all other countries can enjoy.
And even though the pandemic is ongoing, Mr. Diangsing said this country is preparing for the next one and hopes to tackle the issue of non-communicable diseases.
Of the over 3,000 souls who have died, 83% of those persons were persons with comorbidities. Think about how many lives could have been saved if just 20% of those persons either knew their condition.
As for the traditional healthcare system, the minister said the voluntary altruistic blood donations will be key to ensuring a more equitable system.
We will need about 1% of our population to become voluntary blood donors. That's about 14,000 persons.
And transitioning out of the pandemic, he noted that the ministry will accelerate its program of decentralizing mental health.
That the average length of stay for a chronic mental health patient in our main facility in St. Anne's is 23 years.
The minister praised the chief medical officers of health of the region, including TNT's very own Dr. Roshan Parashram, noting that they are the ones who guided the region during the deadly pandemic. Sonolala, TTT News.
And internationally, Ukraine told residents of its industrial heartland to leave while they can and urged Western nations to send weapons Thursday after Russian forces withdrew from the shattered outskirts of Kyiv to regroup for an offensive in the country's east. Russia's 6-week-old invasion failed to take Ukraine's capital quickly and achieve what Western countries say was President Vladimir Putin's initial aim of ousting the Ukrainian government. According to AP News, Russia's focus is now on the Donbass, a mostly Russian-speaking region in eastern Ukraine. In Brussels, the Ukrainian foreign minister urged NATO to provide more weapons and help his war-torn country prevent further alleged atrocities. Ukrainian authorities are now working to identify hundreds of bodies found in Kyiv's northern outskirts after Russian troops withdrew and to document evidence of possible war crimes. And that's the regional roundup. I am Joseph McKee-Smith.
You're watching the evening edition of news. More news after the break.
The third segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
I've been a member of the Ariza Credit Union since 2016, and honestly I joined to come out of poverty. What I love most about Ariza Credit Union is their support in helping us as members to save. I was in the credit union like a little under a month. The sewing machine that I had went bad and I was in desperate need of, purchasing another. I simply went to speak to my loan officer. I wanted to know details of how to go forward. How do I become qualified to get a loan? And the next thing I knew, she said, how much money do you need? And at that time I needed $7.99. And she said, I'll loan you the money. And from there I purchased the sewing machine, and this is the result. As a young person, we all have those little achievements in the back of our mind that seem so far-reaching. What Ariza encourages us to do is to save. I'm really happy, honestly.
Sporting highlights are up next.
Glam out in the best names in designer frames with Quartz Optical. Buy one stylish frame and get 50% off your second pair. Sport your favorite Armani, Converse, Vogue, and many more frames for less. Get an additional 10% off and pay nothing for 30 days when you pay with Ready Finance. Book your free eye examination appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. Don't miss the opportunity to glam out, only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Offer available while stocks last. Special conditions apply.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for your home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, the Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere.
Announcing a wide range of gifts and clothing just in time for Easter. Come on down, check out Q Babies. From newborns to 14-year-olds. Buy one, get one free on selected items. 50% discount on children's shoes. Q Baby, located at the corner of Young and Scott Street, St. George's. We stock cribs, playpens, strollers, and a whole lot more. Q Baby, making Easter special. Your one-stop shop just in time for Easter.
Holy Natural Spring Water is a water for every occasion. On the field of sports, at your workplace, just open the bottle and savor the pure, refreshing taste. Holy Natural Spring Water is produced in Mama Can St. Andrews and is available in all sizes nationwide. To order, telephone 444-7654 or 533-7654. Holy Natural Spring Water, Grenada's purest bottled water.
Stay tuned for this evening's sports.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Coming up, some early evening highlights of the 2022 Republic Bank Intercall Games. At news time, the Grenada Boys Secondary School was leading the boys division, and the St. David's Catholic Secondary School was leading the girls division.
Good evening, sporting fans. The Republic Bank Intercall 2022 was a success today, despite the rainy weather. The sports coordinator at the Ministry of Sports, Curlan Peters, said he is excited for the athletes.
I know the athletes are very excited. I guess we do that here for them today. But we realize the crowd and the spectators, the schoolmates are more excited than them. We are happy after 3 years to be back with Intercall. Although it's a one-day event, you can see the excitement. We start with some of the preliminaries this morning. We'll go up to about 2 o'clock with the heats. And the final will commence about 2 o'clock to 30.
Peters says although COVID-19 had stopped sports activities for the past 2 years, the performance of the athletes is great.
We must say we have seen some athletics events for the year already. The Grenada Athletics Association had the mini-meets, they had the on-track program, they had national championships. So the athletes interested in track and field have been training. So to get the crowd now behind them, we expect better performance today.
Former world and Olympic 400 meters champion Kirani James of Grenada opens his 2022 season on Saturday. James, who has men's 400 meter medals from the last 3 Olympic Games, including gold from 2012 and took bronze last summer, is entered into the USATF Bermuda Games at the Flora Duffy Stadium in Devonshire, Bermuda. His challengers will include Jaheel Hyde of Jamaica, Aldridge Bailey of the United States, and Marshall Cedino of Trinidad and Tobago, who has been training in Grenada with coach Albert Joseph, a former coach of Kirani James. The first ever USATF Bermuda Games will see some of the world's top track and field athletes compete in this meet. The first stop on the 2022 World Athletics Continental Tour Gold Series, Bermuda is just a 90-minute non-stop flight from NYC and less than 3 hours from most U.S. East Coast cities. Meanwhile, Jamora Alves of Prospect Hall, Hillsborough, and representing St. Jago High School, won gold in the Class 1 girls discus throw and the boys and girls champ in Jamaica on Wednesday. Jamora won the event with a throw of 48.13 meters. She is also into the finals of the javelin on Thursday and shot put on Saturday. Grenada was defeated by the Cayman Islands on Wednesday with 2-0 in the CONCACAF qualifiers road to Australia and New Zealand. In the first half, the score was 0-0, and in the second half, Cayman Islands scored 2 goals, giving them the upper hand in the match. The 2 goals were scored by number 52, Sheana Windsor, and number 85, Nisa Godet. The Spice Girls have another game on the 12th of April against Bermuda. West Indies women all-rounder Hayley Matthews has been named on the most valuable team of the just concluded ICC Women's Cricket World Cup 2022. The 24-year-old Barbadian was the best of the West Indies women with 260 runs, including a match-winning century of 119 against New Zealand. She also took 10 wickets with her off-spin and had her best figures of 4 for 15 against Bangladesh. Her performances played a major role in helping the West Indies women advance to the semi-finals for the first time since 2013. As such, Cricket West Indies congratulated Matthews on making the most valuable team of the tournament. Anne Brown-John, lead selector for women's cricket, also praised the team for their showing at the tournament and the strides made to finish among the top 4 and climb up the ICC Women's ODI's standings. She congratulated the team on reaching the World Cup semi-final. The team went into the competition in the lower half of the standings and ended in the top 4. And that's it for this evening's sports. I am Donella Hosted.
That's it for sports, the weather, and a recap of the headlines after the break.
MTV Weather is brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
We've been down, but not out. It's been hard, but we've persevered together. We each have a role in Grenada's successful recovery, nourishing our families, guiding our children, caring for our communities, energizing our lives. We are strong. Together, we are Grenada.
Good evening once again, viewers, with Thursday night's weather forecast and meteorologist Owain Williams. Continuing low-level moisture brought most showers to the extreme southern Caribbean today. That area was very slow moving, and throughout the nighttime and most of the day, despite one or two breaks, the showers were very persistent. Situation is improving, not much moisture left in the atmosphere, strong upper level winds, so we're going to see some change, improvement into the afternoon. In the meantime, the slight haze still is around most of it, more denser portion far in the Atlantic, but we could be seeing a deterioration in the visibility by tomorrow Friday into Saturday. Our customary closer look shows that most of the moisture is heading away from the islands. We do still have some low-level, scattered low-level patches of clouds here, and could bring us some more scattered showers tonight and into the forecast for Thursday night is for some isolated showers, but mostly during the early part of the night. They're going to become fewer as the night progresses. The winds will remain easterly between 8 and 18 miles per hour, with a minimum temperature of around 23. The moon set this morning at 11:28. It's going to rise just after midnight at 12:43. On Friday, fair conditions, but we still have that chance of those isolated patches bringing some showers, mostly during the morning period. Winds will be easterly 14 to 24 miles per hour. 50% chance of those showers. Sea still choppy, but waves are weakening a bit, between 5 and 7 feet in open waters. Sunrise 5:59, sunset 6:18. By afternoon time, temperature will climb to 34. It will feel like 38. Port of Spain and Bridgetown are both in for generally fair, slightly hazy in Port of Spain, but with still gusty winds. Lots of sunshine in Kingston, partly cloudy in Miami, mostly sunny in New York. London will be cloudy. Back at home for the weekend, we will have some residual clouds on Saturday, but fair conditions will kick in again from Sunday through the rest of the week. The haze, we should be seeing some from Saturday also. That's it for Thursday night, folks. Have yourself a great night. Remember, you can join me again on Friday.
MTV Weather was brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Now to end the news, a recap of the headlines. Intercall kicks off at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium despite inclement weather. The NTRC launches its VHF DSC Global Maritime Distress and Safety System. Director of PAHO says the pandemic isn't over, as while cases are declining in the Caribbean, in other parts of the world it is increasing. And in sports, former world and Olympic 400 meters champion Kirani James opens his 2022 season on Saturday. On behalf of the news and production departments, I am Troy Gill. Thank you for watching. Good night.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winner.
It's the big one. Grenada. Imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one lotto ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money bag symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
'Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Good evening and welcome. It's time for the National Lottery Authority's daily Pick 3 evening draw for today, Thursday, the 7th of April, 2022. I'm Lexanne Fletcher and I'll be your draw hostess for this evening. Joining me is Ms. Priscilla Barry. She's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Now, Ms. Barry is here to ensure the games for this evening are conducted in a fair and accountable manner, that the game balls have not been tampered with and are within industry standards. Of course, I got to remind you, with the Pick 3 game, you can bet as little as $1 on inline, mix, and pair tickets, and from $2 on backup tickets. Let's find out what the winning numbers will be for this evening. It pays to play. Good luck. And the first number is 0, second number 1, third and final. Third and final is 8. Let's recap. First number was 0, second number 1, third and final was 8. If you're a winner this evening, congratulations to you. Do stay tuned. Of course, the Playway Draw is coming up next. We'll see you then.
I'm a winner. You are winner. We are winners. Winners.
It's the big one. Grenada. Imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one lotto ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money bag symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
'Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Welcome back. It's time for the Playway Draw for this evening, Thursday, the 7th of April, 2022. Ms. Priscilla Barry is joining me once again. She's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Now, don't forget, with the Playway game, all you got to do is bet as little as $1 up to $10 or in increments on any number or dream symbol of your choice and get to win 24 times the amount you bet. That's $24 for every dollar spent. Let's find out what the winning Playway number will be for this evening. Value your dreams, win your way with Playway. Good luck. And this evening's winning Playway number is 33. That's 3333. The dream symbol is centipede. Just repeat tonight's winning Playway number. That number is 33. That's 3333. The dream symbol is centipede. Congratulations if you're a winner this evening. And don't forget, we've got one more to go. Cash for a draw is coming up next. We'll see you then.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash for every day, with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes, twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
All right. right, welcome back. It's time for the daily cash flow draw for this evening, Thursday, the 7th of April, 2022. I've got Miss Priscilla Barry standing in with me once again. She's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Now, don't forget, with the cash for a game, you can bet as little as $1 on most of the bet types, with the exception of backup, in which case you bet $2. It's time to reveal the winning numbers for this evening. It's more plays, bigger prizes. Good luck. Check your tickets. First number. Yes, first number 3. Second. Second number 4. Third. Third number up is 8. And the final number 4. Let's recap. First number was 3. The second number 4. Third number up was 8. And the fourth and final 4. If you're a winner this evening, congratulations to you. Well, don't forget to get your tickets for tomorrow's games and do continue to support sports, culture, and nation building. Have a good night.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4 every day, with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada. Imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one later ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch. In stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
Leonard Abraham Gludd, also known as Tarway, of Bellevue, St. David, passed away on Saturday 19th March 2022 at the age of 68. He was the brother of Phyllis Cador, Lucy Lett and Shirley George, brother-in-law of Carlton Cador, uncle of many including Jenny George, Michelle Macmillan, Betty George, Ruby Lett, Anne-Marie and Donilyn Gludd, Irvin, Sherman and Patrick George, Emile and Carly Cador, Richard and Norman Gludd, nephew of Ossie Macmillan and Agnes George. Many cousins, other relatives and friends including Veron Andrew, Maureen Gludd, Michael Lewis, the Huggins and Latouche families of Pomerose, Mrs. Sheila Telesford, Jude Francis, the boys at Teacher Mary's and Michael Shop, past members of Jar Jar Children, Alban Sodalet, John Chancey Gilbert, and friends and neighbors of Bellevue, Apretut, Thebaid and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Leonard Abraham Gludd, also known as Tarware of Bellevue St. David, will take place on Friday, April 8th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Immaculate Conception and St. Joseph St. David, and interment will be at the St. David's Catholic Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Bertrand Joseph Primus of Topple Carriacou passed away on Thursday, 17th March 2022, at the age of 73. He was the father of Mary McFarlane, also known as Annie, Carlson and Treason Primus, grandfather of Alicia, Alston and Nadia Edwards and Alison Primus, great-grandfather of Antoine, Igeson and A.J. Edwards, brother of Dorothy Marsh, father-in-law of Alfred McFarlane and Melita Wilson Primus, uncle of many in England, Grenada and Carriacou, close friend of many in the United Kingdom, Grenada and Carriacou. Close relatives and friends, the Primus, Edwards and Duncan families, Margaret, Steve and Michael, Margaret de Bellet and family, Lorna Monkrose and family, and neighbours of Tophill and Bunkroyal Carriacou and surrounding areas, too numerous to mention. The funeral of the late Bertrand Joseph Primus of Tophill Carriacou will take place on Friday, April 8th at 2 p.m. at the St. Patrick's Roman Catholic Church, Hillsborough, Carriacou, and interment will be at the Brunswick Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Ambrose Emmanuel Sylvester, also known as Boulet of Molyneux St. George, passed away on Wednesday, 23rd March 2022, at the age of 96. He was the grandfather of Jeremiah Harris and Charlene Harris, great-grandfather of Tasheen, Michael, Keturah, Rachel, Jeremiah and Nehemiah Harris, Shanna and Noriah West, Elijah Harris, Shemaiah and Shemuel Harris, Micaiah Harris, and Jeremiah Crowder, great-great-grandfather of Micaiah and Micah Harris. Special cousin Rhonda Sylvester. Other relatives and friends including the Harris, Lewis, Nicholas and Sylvester families, Makeda Hines, and friends and neighbours of Molyneux and surrounding areas. The body of the late Ambrose Emmanuel Sylvester, also known as Boulet of Molyneux St. George, will be cremated. A memorial service will be held at the Garden of Remembrance Funeral Chapel, Cemetery Hill, St. George's on Tuesday, April 12th at 1 p.m. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Lucy James Smith, also known as Mildred Smith, of Boca St. George, died on Thursday, 24th March 2022, at the age of 77. Left to mourn are her 9 children, Mrs. Rosalind Francis, Pamela Antoine, Daniel, Darren, Eric, Alice Ann and Gillian Smith in Grenada, Jacintha and Yolande Smith in the USA, son-in-law Junior Francis, 19 grandchildren including Marlon, Crystal and Quasi Francis, Alicia, Codell, Jaden, Giuliani and Ashley Smith, Michelle Otley, Reggie, Darren and Akita McSweet, 8 great-grandchildren, sisters Mary Weeks and Elizabeth Smith, brother Alexander Smith, brother-in-law John Smith, sister-in-law Maria Smith, many nieces and nephews including Maria Bennett, Brenda Lee Antwine, Uriel Smith, Helen, Derek, Eric and Little Jay, Other relatives and friends including Cousin Maud, Ethelyn Frederick, Agneta Modeste, Merlin Redhead, Virginia Joseph, Catherine Jones, Barbara, Elma, Sheriel, Bernard and Carlton James, Jocelyn Daniel, Sandra Paul, Paula Smith, Mr. Willard, Linda Batiste, and Bernadette Wilson, the Smith, Weeks, Noel, Antoine, Raymond, and Julian families of Boca, the James, Cador, and Antoine families of Lamode, the pastors and members of the Boca New Testament Church of God, and friends and neighbors of Boca, Lamode, and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Lucy James Smith, also known as Mildred Smith, of Boca St. George, will take place on April 12th at 1 p.m. at the Boca New Testament Church of God, and interment will be at the family cemetery Sanko Boca. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Edward Mordred Roberts, also known as E.M. Roberts of Belmont St. George, died on Saturday 19th March 2022 at the age of 86. He was the son of Alexander and Teresa Roberts. He is survived by Shirley Roberts residing in Canada, Deborah Howell residing in the USA, Dion Roberts of River Road, Ian Roberts residing in the USA, and Neil Roberts of Mount Parnassus. Friends and family including Angelia Carmichael Roberts of River Road, St. George, Deborah Antoine Roberts of Mount Parnassus, Cassandra Hyacinth Roberts residing in the USA, Cameron Dufont, Donika Elcock, Cameron Benjamin, Kimani Roberts, Kadisha Philip Roberts, Imani and Evan Roberts, Karen Jolly Moraine and family of Golf Course, Gilbert and Elma Roberts and family of Jean Anglais, Dr. Evelyn Spencer and family of Mount Parnassus, Dr. Jude Antwine and the Antwine family of Happy Hill, the Francis family of Paddock, Emmanuel Popo Andrew and family of Belmont, the Maxwell and Howe families of Belmont, the Thomas family of Belmont, Callista Francis and family of Belmont, the Clovey family of Belmont, the management and staff of the Grenada Ports Authority, many other relatives and friends including Friends of Belmont and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Edward Mordred Roberts, also known as E.M. Roberts of Belmont St. George, will take place on Tuesday, April 12th at 2 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception St. George's, and burial will be at the St. George's Top Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Matilda Roberts, also known as Sybil and Pitty, of New Hampshire St. George, passed away on Sunday 13th March 2022 at the age of 81. Left to mourn are her 8 children Marion, Cheryl, Donamy, Dominic, Vanessa, Danny, Odette, and Michael. Brothers Augustine Telesford, also known as Baldhead, Clifton, Lee Hunt, also known as Saga, and Christopher. Sisters Catherine, also known as Yvette, Agatha, also known as Molly, Joyce, and Janet. Daughter-in-law Dr. Roxanne Roberts. Son-in-law Roger Roussel. Many grandchildren including Calt, Cornell, Rondell, Tramel, Kishel, Jewel, Patrick, Jeremy, and Tyree. Several great-grands including Jordan, Imara, Winter, and Ethan. Other nieces and nephews, relatives and friends including Carol, Miss Gloria, Edwin Boca, Therese, the Telesford, Roberts, and McPhee families of New Hampshire, the Woodruff families of Grandmole and Happy Hill, and neighbors and friends of New Hampshire and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Matilda Roberts, also known as Sybil and Pitty, of New Hampshire St. George, will take place on Wednesday, April 13th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the New Hampshire Methodist Church, and interment will be at the family cemetery, New Hampshire. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Stephen and Noel Joseph, also known as Totin, of Leicester, who resided at Dover Carriacou, passed away on Wednesday, 23rd March 2022, at the age of 57. He was the father of Nakisha, Nathaniel, Akim, Shakima, Thorn, Kishon, Kishera, Shanique, and Keziah. Grandfather of 5. Close companion of Hazel Ann McGilvery. Brother of Lyris Felix, Eflin and Stephanie Joseph, Karina John, Steve and June Morris. Nephew of Elsie Alexis, Adele Joseph, Catherine Bartholomew, Diana Augustine, Margaret Polydor, Mariana Lewis, Laura Collins, Theo Rubens, Joseph, Otley, Raymond and Godwin John, Winston, Conrad, Nathan and Martin Lewis. Brother-in-law of Bernard Joseph and Godson Collins. Uncle of 26, including Gina George, Marcus, Bonnie, Janin, Che and Farry Joseph, Marsha, Trisha, Makiba, Dana and Kerry. Close cousin of Jackie and Leftis Matheson and Ken Joseph. Close friends Dr. Tyron Davis, Donnellan, Lebon John, Lynette Gay, Mummy Joy, Randy Compton, Jeff Placid, Mr. Dixon, Joe and Elaine, and Miranda Derrick and family. Other relatives and friends including the Joseph, Bartholomew, John and Lewis families, the staff of Vina Bullins and Sons Limited, and friends and neighbours of Dover, Leicester and surrounding areas too numerous to mention. The funeral of the late Stephen Noel Joseph, also known as Totin, of Leicester, who resided at Dover Carriacou, will take place on Wednesday 13th April at 2 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Leicester Roman Catholic Church, and interment will be at the family cemetery Leicester Carriacou. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Cynthia Caliste of Coast Guard St. Mark died on March 31st, 2022, at the age of 91. She was the aunt of many including Michael, Mary, Pamela Frederick in the UK, Christopher and Agatha Caliste in the USA, Thelma Caliste and Monica Caliste in Grenada. Grand aunt of many including Adele, Zane, Craig and Rosen Frederick in the UK, Brent, Devon and Janelle Caliste in the US, Rona in Trinidad, and Stephen Caliste in Grenada. Great-grand aunt of many including Renee and Remy. Adopted mother of Mary Chino Braxton, Larry and Romel Richard in the USA, Wayne Leach, Abigail Gill, Gail Batson and Lucy Barry. Adopted grandmother of Vanessa Barry. Relative to many in Grenada, the UK, the USA and Canada. Caretakers including Griselda Fraser and Lerlin Benjamin. Friend of many including Florina Modeste, Pansy Houston, Othma Watts, Nellis Julian, Veronica Kingston, Ann Campbell, Elsa Moore, Ruth Taylor, Sister Anita, the De Leon family in the United Kingdom, residents of Coast Guard, Victoria and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Cynthia Caliste of Coast Guard St. Mark will take place on Thursday, 14th April at 2 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Victoria Anglican Church and entombment will be at the Coast Guard Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Paul Joseph, also known as Preacher, of Cemetery Hill St. George's, passed away on Thursday, 17th March 2022. At the age of 73. He was the husband of Vera Joseph, father of Sammy in the USA, Hazel, Wayne Hall in Canada, Simon Douglas, ASP, Natalie Douglas, Susie Whiteman, Kelroy, Titus, Timothy, Micah and Skeeter Joseph. Grandfather of 21. Great-grandfather of 2. Brother of Martha, Evelyn in England, Mary and Naomi, Theophilus and Rufus in the USA. Many nieces and nephews. Many other relatives and friends including the Joseph family of Mardi Gras in the USA and England, the Douglas family of Windsor Forest, the Mitchell family of Waltham St. Mark and in Canada, the Louiseau family of Grenville Vale, the Murray family of Grandroy, the Alexander family of Mardi Gras, the Frederick family of St. John, Wester Hall and in Canada, the Hall family in Canada, the Fortune, Victor, Alexander, Morast, Braffett and Francis families, vendors of the St. George's Market, the Congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses, and friends and neighbours of River Road, Cemetery Hill, Mardi Gras and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Paul Joseph, also known as Preacher, of Cemetery Hill St. George's, will take place on Thursday, 14th April at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Garden of Remembrance Funeral Chapel, Cemetery Hill, St. George's, according to Jehovah's Witnesses' rites, and interment will be at the Wilberforce Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Will and Dennis Thomas, also known as Buddy, and Thousand Smart, of Laton St. David, who resided at Grandon St. George, died on Tuesday, April 5, 2022, at the age of 53. The funeral arrangements for the late Will and Dennis Thomas, also known as Buddy, and Thousand Smart, of Laton St. David, who resided at Grandon St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Teresa Bubb, née Francis, also known as Mama, of Snug Corner, Mount Kumar, St. George, who resided in Trinidad, passed away on Tuesday, 5th April 2022, at the age of 72. The funeral arrangements for the late Teresa Bubb, née Francis, also known as Mama, of Snug Corner, Mount Kumar, St. George, who resided in Trinidad, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Elizabeth Violet Alexander, of St. Paul's, St. George, died on April 4th, 2022, at the age of 90. The funeral arrangements for the late Elizabeth Violet Alexander of St. Paul, St. George will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. John David Narayan, also known as John D., of Belair, who resided at Paradise St. Andrew, passed away on Tuesday, April 5th, 2022, at the age of 85. The funeral arrangements for the late John David Narayan, also known as John Day, of Belair, who resided at Paradise St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Anthony James, also known as Bang Bang, of Content St. David, died on Tuesday, April 5th, 2022, at the age of 83. The funeral arrangements for the late Anthony James, also known as Bang Bang, of Content St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Paula Matthew, of Fontenoy St. George, passed away on Wednesday, March 30th, 2022, at the age of 85. The funeral arrangements for the late Paula Matthew of Fontenoy St. George will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Anne Maria Wilson, also known as Joyce, and Miss Romaine, of Monrepo, Providence St. David, who resided at Brooklyn, Concord St. John, passed away on Saturday, 2nd April 2022, at the age of 85. The funeral arrangements for the late Anne Maria Wilson of Monrepo, Providence St. David, who resided at Brooklyn, Concord St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
Raymond Toussaint, also known as Tuss, of Pearl St. Andrew, who resided in Westerhall St. David, passed away on Monday, 28 March, at the age of 58. The funeral arrangements for the late Raymond Toussaint, also known as Tuss, of Pearl St. Andrew, who resided in Westerhall St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Lucille Maxime, also known as Alcina Chase, of Grandon St. George, died on Wednesday, 23rd March 2022, at the age of 82. The funeral arrangements for the late Lucille Maxime, also known as Alcina Chase, of Grandon St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Carlisle James, also known as Black Boy and Baggy, of Beaulieu St. George, died on Tuesday, 22nd March 2022, at the age of 69. The funeral arrangements for the late Carlisle James, also known as Black Boy and Baggy, of Beaulieu St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Daphne Joseph, also known as Dati of Latente St. David, passed away on Wednesday, 16th March 2022, at the age of 87. The funeral arrangements for the late Daphne Joseph, also known as Dati of Latente St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Teresa Cummings, also known as Carmen, of Beaulieu St. George, passed away on Saturday, 19th March 2022, at the age of 81. The funeral arrangements for the late Teresa Cummings, also known as Carmen, of Beaulieu St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Agnes Barry, also known as Loyola, of La Fortune St. Patrick, who resided in the USA, passed away on Saturday, 12th March 2022 in Canada, at the age of 77. The funeral arrangements for the late Agnes Barry, also known as Loyola, of La Fortune St. Patrick, who resided in the USA, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Anita Blackett, also known as Mama Nita, of Pedmotar St. David, passed away in Trinidad at the age of 89. The funeral arrangements for the late Anita Blackett, also known as Mama Nita of Pedmotar St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Monica Cynthia Knight Martin, affectionately known as Monix, of Montmort St. George, passed away on Sunday, 6th March 2022, at the age of 87. The funeral arrangements for the late Monica Cynthia Knight Martin, affectionately known as Monix of Montmort St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
Joseph Peterson of Chantimel St. Patrick, who resided in the United Kingdom, passed away on Friday, 25th February in the UK at the age of 87. The funeral arrangement of the late Joseph Peterson of Chantimel St. Patrick, who resided in the United Kingdom, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. In loving memory of Peter Alexander, also known as Sir Pete of Birchgrove St. Andrew, who departed this life on 31st March 2020 at the age of 85. Remembered daily by his children Adolphus Daniel, Anselm, Alina, and Anita. Grandchildren Andia, Andre, Antoine, Tony, Tyrone, Mikali, Jakia, Jabari, Lyndon, Laurie, and Lavon. Family and friends, we knew so little that morning that God will call your name. In life we loved you dearly, in death we do the same. It broke our hearts to lose you. You did not go alone, for a part of us went with you the day God called you home. You left us beautiful memories. Your love is still our guide. And though we cannot see you, you are always by our side. Our family chain is broken and nothing seems the same. But as God calls us one by one, the chain will link again. Rest in peace.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thanks for watching.
The pain and agony of losing someone is never easy. Within your own mind and heart, there is a deep pain, agony that no one can fill. Within you see yourself painfully accepting the fact that you have lost someone you love. But this is what the Word of God said in the book of Psalms 121. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills from whence cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord, which made the heaven and the earth. To him you need to look to for your help and your leadership and your guidance. Man will not give you that help that you need. Money, fame, even the very material things that you have seek. You realize in losing someone, none of those things would give you help. Right now, there is one person who stands ready to help you. His name is Jesus Christ. He is King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Why not trust him today? Why not allow him to be at peace in your life? I want to pray for you and your family. Pray with me. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, I surrender, Lord, every heart that is painfully accepting the reality of their lives who have lost a loved one. I pray, O God, that you comfort those families. Give them strength. Enable them to see, God, that you are there for them, that you, Lord, will never leave them, nor will you forsake them, for from you will come their help. I ask your blessing and for strength for them today, in Jesus' holy and precious name. Amen and amen. May God bless you and keep you and sustain you. May he overshadow you and look over your family as you reach deep within and overcome this deep sorrow and pain that you face. My prayers and thoughts are with you and your family. God bless you.
My name is Hollis Map. I perform around the world, and when I travel, I book with CaribJet.
Call CaribJet now. 100% Canadian, operating 10 years plus.
Telephone number 439-4444 in Grenada or click caribjet.com. CaribJet, True Blue St. George's, the number one for travel.
Less talk, more power.
Walk here and everything.
See the miracle.
Evidence of metastatic prostate cancer is what?
Cancer free here. No cancer. Here's the last one. Clap your hands to the Lord.
You need to believe.
Let me ask you from you first. You had something on your skin.
Yeah,
what was that? What was the situation?
What was happening on my skin is when I said a rash all over.
All over your body?
Yeah, on the head and everything.
Perseverance.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
It worked?
It worked.
Stop there and going for more.
Well, I'm going for more.
Then more blessings are coming. It worked.
What is impossible with man is possible with God. This is your program. Stop suffering.
Be lifted up, be blessed.